Welcome to another episode of We Three Thieves, where you guys send us questions and we answer them. Here with Peter, Nico, and myself. Let's get right into it. Okay. First question from Atlas_7. Which celebrity do you think you can take in a boxing match?
Nico.
Celebrity?
Who you got beef with?
Wait, you think I'm a celebrity? That's flattering. Ben Shapiro. Oh, okay.
Ben Shapiro. Damn.
It doesn't even have to be somebody you're beefing with. Like, that would be fun as well.
Okay.
I don't know. Every celebrity I could think of is like pretty jacked.
If I didn't have any concussions, listen, I'm selling out Staples Center fighting Blueface. Box match, that would be lit.
Wait, who's taller, you or Blueface? I don't know. I don't know. Like the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I like the whole card is like content creators who look like these celebrities.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude.
Kind
Yeah.
of like,
So
Put me in
like,
the ring with Bobby Lee, bro.
yes.
That's all I fucking get these days.
Listen, that would go crazy.
that would be pretty cool.
that's actually crazy.
That would go crazy. Hey, we just thought of some. I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
I can't.
Me and
fight,
Bobby Lee
so.
will go. But he's like 20 years older than me. So like, if I get my beat, he might actually beat my. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Blueface would probably beat my too. He can box, but it's fine. All right. Just saying it would be a cool little.
Who's your
boxing match.
celebrity lookalike that you'd fight?
I don't know who I look like. I don't know. Chat. That should be put in the comments. Like, who do I look like?
Comment
Comment
down
down
below.
Who would I look like? So I
Nico's
should.
celebrity
she could beat
lookalike.
their
You can beat up.
No, this is theoretical world. Okay.
No fighting. Okay, next question from BB. What is a story that you have that most people don't believe is real?
Basically, me and my girlfriend broke up, and I was going through some and like, it was late at night, like probably like around midnight, and I just decided to walk my dog just to like get my mind off things. And I was walking around the block, the same route that I always take my dog, when I was rounding the corner and I saw this pickup truck parked on the side of the road. But then my dog like freaked out first. Like she like stopped and like panicked and wouldn't like walk forward because there was a like 7-8 foot tall thing just standing next to the truck. It was like completely covered in fabric, not moving, just standing next to the driver's side of this pickup truck. And we were both just like, what the is that? Like, why is that there? We were freaking out. And then we tried to approach it. And then like my dog just like would not get closer to it for some reason. So we just booked it. We ran around the rest of the block, got home. I told my roommates like, dude, I just saw this like hooded figure thing, like outside, like not that far from here. And he's like, we were like, what? Wait, we should go check it out. So I take them. So this is like less than 5 minutes later. I run back to the same spot with my roommates. It's not there anymore. It's just gone. And I'm just like, all right, dude.
Of course it's not there anymore.
It's
Of course
just not there anymore.
You're
I'm like,
seeing
what
shit.
the So like that, to this day, I'm like,
Don't
I
go
just-
that block.
nah, man.
My craziest one that I just think like even to myself thinking back like how the is this real was like if you guys know my like history or story, I've done a story time on this before, but I'll just kind of give a short
TLDR.
Yeah. So basically we were driving to a basketball game and it's me, my teammate, we're in the back. All right. I didn't call shotgun this day. It's unfortunate, but it was his car. So he's in the passenger seat and then his girlfriend, or no, he's driving, sorry. His girlfriend's in the passenger seat. So I was like, okay, she's a lady. I'll like let her sit in the front. That's where I forget it to this day. While we're driving in this country road, for whatever reason, she is just taking the keys out of the ignition while we're driving. Like, it's one of those cars.
She was in a silly, quirky mood or something.
Yes, but it was like, it was just some little, like, joke that she thought was funny.
It's a joke?
Yeah, so she was playing with, like, the car, right? She was taking out the keys. It was an old, beat-up car, as it is. I don't even know how that's possible when you're making a car. But taking out the keys so the car would stop or whatever. Then, because nobody was on the road, so she clearly just didn't give a Then, put the keys back. He's like, oh, babe, chill, stop. And then she would, like, grab the wheel and, like
What?
shake it. What? So then she's doing that, and I'm like listening. I'm trying to like zone out. I got a basketball game, and then I'm like, it wasn't like crazy swerves or whatever. It's just like a little like tweaking.
Yeah.
So then I take out my headset. And I'm like, yo,
Psychotic.
like what the what's going on? Like, can we just get to the game? Like, it's starting to rain and you guys chill out. Like, I'm actually getting like a little worried. And I was surprised like he's even just taking this, right? So then she's like, all right, fine, you're no fun or whatever. I'm just like,
sorry,
wait.
I don't want to die.
Like, what?
Like, hello?
So then he's trying to like swerve back. He can't get control. So then we're just swerving. Hit a stop sign, car flips, and then that's it. I'm out. That's the last thing I remember. And then I wake up and like on the side of the road, like just laying on the ground or whatever. And then I'd have flashes of just like in and out of like the back of a ambulance truck.
Did you cuss her out? Because I would have
So,
cussed her out. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know what happened after the fact.
Yeah.
So, long story short,
Please tell me they broke up.
She's in jail.
Please tell me they broke up. Yeah.
they broke up a year later.
Oh my
But-
god.
We went on to like not being friends because my dad sued her because that I didn't know of yet, right?
Love
So,
that for him. Love that.
Because I lost like all of my D1 scholarships because I didn't play basketball that summer. Next question from Osvaldo. Did I say that?
Osvaldo Diaz.
Ozzy Diaz.
Ozzy,
is that a good
yo.
name?
Ozzy's good. Yeah,
Ozzy?
Ozzy's
Yeah,
good.
that's a good one.
Ozzy, what's your favorite date that you've been on? Ooh, I have a great one.
You go first.
No, I can't.
Mine
I
sounds
can't go first.
Mine
I
sounds
can't
so
go
bold.
first.
I just went rock climbing once. That was pretty cool. I mean, we didn't end up like together, but like she ended up being super into rock climbing, and then found like we broke up. We broke up amicably. So yeah, it was fine. And then she went on to marry a guy that she met at a rock climbing gym.
Aw.
Like, so I got her into rock climbing, and then I don't know why this is my best date. I don't know, whatever. But like,
Me and my boyfriend like kind of like started dating during the pandemic or like at the start of it. So we didn't really have any options. So we'd like drive around a lot. And yeah, so I would say up until now, like my favorite dates are when he takes me shopping.
Shopping.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna say like because of the pandemic. I thought you were gonna say like you duo Q League or something.
No!
Hey, cute.
No! Yes, but no.
All right, so my wife and I, we've been together for like 6.5 years, 7 if you want to count like the.
Oh.
Aww.
But so before we got married, one cool date I just love, or like I thinking off the top of my head, was I'm not the biggest beach person. Like I actually hate sand.
Same.
But he loves Cabo.
Yes, now.
Yeah.
And that's because of my wife. But but she loves the beach, right? So I felt like, okay, let me take her out on a date to the beach, like a very nice beach in Malibu, and have like a nice little like picnic, you know, like I think it was like a lunch, I would say. And yeah, so I brought her out to the beach, had a picnic lunch, and then I surprised her with the check to pay off the rest of her student debt.
Aww.
And then, yeah, it was just really like special because I know that like was like a lot for her, and like it just like it was one thing that she just constantly stressed about, and just seeing her face from that was like really meaningful to me. And yeah,
That's so thoughtful.
That's an amazing gift.
Yeah,
Holy.
that's so
It is a
nice.
very American
But-
gift, though.
hey, but then she
Sweet.
topped it. So then this leads to like what I think is my favorite date, right? I haven't said this publicly, but I mean it's out there now. But we went to that same beach. Long story short, we go there, and then she brings me to that same exact spot to where I brought her out for that check. And I'm thinking like, oh, I think there's gonna be a surprise. And then she gives me a shoebox, and in that shoebox is 5 pregnancy tests with little shoes, and announcing that she's pregnant.
Let's go.
And I'm gonna be a dad.
That's awesome, man.
So
Congratulations.
yeah, man, it was just like, yeah, it's crazy. Oh, okay.
This is good.
Twisted Tea is the unofficial sponsor of Day Drinking for wherever or however you're watching the game. Twisted Tea is the go-to drink for tailgating and to turn up when gaming. It's so delicious, refreshing, smooth, easy to drink. I could go on. Twisted Tea contains 5% alcohol, must be 21 plus. Please twist responsibly.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was so good.
All right, next question from Angelic Monkey. Love that name. What are your most memorable moments from your career?
So, TwitchCon 2019, I go to the 100 Thieves party, and the morning after, I'm a little tuckered out when I have to go to my meet and greet, and I have a lot of anxiety at this point because I'm thinking like, okay, like it's my first ever meet and greet. Is anyone even gonna show up? And I'm walking over, and there's just like a way bigger line than I thought there was gonna be, and everyone's like cheering. Like people immediately recognize me from my line, and they just like start cheering and stuff, and I'm just like, holy shit. I was like, this is crazy. It's like the moment when you realize like, oh yeah, like I have an audience, I'm a content creator, these are the people that actually came here to support me, and like it was a really gratifying feeling, and yeah, it was really cool. And like I remember the people that I met in the line, like the viewers were like super awesome, like really nice. They had a lot of nice things to say, and like some of them gave gifts and stuff. And it was like very, very. It was like the moment where I'm like, yeah, I'm glad that I'm doing this.
Okay, so mine is similar to Peter's. So the last 2 TwitchCons I went to, I was averaging 60 viewers, which is still an audience. But then the amount of those people that go to TwitchCon, is far less. So the people wouldn't so a couple people came up to me like the other 2 TwitchCons, but this TwitchCon, I started walking around and stuff like that, and I went walking around because I was like, oh, like no one's gonna recognize me, or maybe a couple people will, but yeah, I did that, and I'm not even like I didn't do a meet and greet for the same reason, because I was just like so like anxious. I was like, no one's gonna show up, like I'm like, I don't, like, who am I, And while I was walking around, no joke, like, it was like, I made like quite a couple lines, and I was just like so taken away from that. And then the next day, the same thing happened, but like, during this whole experience at TwitchCon, I had so many like, not only like Latin, people come over to me, or especially like Latino women. They were like, hey, like you inspire me, like you're such an inspiration to the Hispanic community, like thank you so much for being like such a good representation, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, whoa, like it was just like, I'm not even joking, like I went back to my hotel room and with my boyfriend, and I cried, because I was just like so taken back by like how many, like all the like the nice things people told me. So it was just like so gratifying, and I was just really happy, and I didn't know I made like that much of an impact.
That's dope.
So,
that's why I love conventions, because you can like really like process those kind of feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was intense.
Being a creator or not, because I have a memorable moment that's kind of like on that, is like being on like the other side, right? Where how I started, why I do what I do. And I would always go to VidCon, and every year, like that's like before I even started YouTube, I just loved YouTube. I loved watching like Niga Higa, I liked watching Smosh, PewDiePie, Timothy De La Ghetto was my inspiration, like all those guys, and I always saw that they would go to VidCon. So one year I literally saved up, like it took me probably, I think a full year basically, just to buy the flight, buy the hotel to go to my first VidCon. I used to watch Expert Thief, aka Kevin LaShawn, his vlogs. I always loved those vlogs, and he inspired me to go out there. And just going there and meeting him and seeing how like down to earth he was, and I would ask him all these questions about YouTube, how to get started. This is when I lost my college scholarship, so I was like kind of like going through depression too, and just trying to find an outlet for myself other than just basketball. And he gave me some really good tips, and then like just seeing other creators just walking around, because now in conventions I feel like it's a little harder, which in their right they should with security and stuff, but before, like even PewDiePie was walking around. Like you could go say what's up to him. There was like just anyone, right? And so I would go up to everybody, prank versus prank, all those guys, just ask them questions I wanted to know about YouTube, how to get started. Some of them were like vague, some of them was good, but I took everything in, right? And there was just one party that like changed my life forever, that I don't even know why or how I got into it, but I just somehow made it in there, maybe because I'm just tall, whatever. But I was like in the hotel about to leave, because this was after I was talking with Kevin, because he was just out in the lobby talking with all his fans and everything. And as I was leaving, I saw everybody like lining up for this party, and I was like, hey, listen, I'm of age, like why not just try to go in there?
You probably thought you were an NBA player.
And I don't know. Well, the thing is, the only reason why I got in was because I was with another creator named Travi, and that's a friend of mine now, and like we've like go all the way back. This was like literally like 6-7 years ago. But anyway, long story short, Jesse from Prank vs. Prank recognized Travi, right? And said, hey, you guys, do you want to go in to this party? Because he just like walked straight in. And then Travi was a dope guy. He was like, hey, as long as he can come, like me. And I was like, oh, like.
He's a real one.
Yeah, he's a real one. And so I got into this, like, it was like Maker Studio party. I don't know if you guys know Maker Studios, but basically like, literally, bro, I saw PewDiePie, Smosh, Cashum G, Jenna Marbles, like literally everyone that I just grew up like watching, right?
What?
All in the same room. And then this was my first open bar experience. Like I remember going up to the bar and I was like buying a drink, and everyone's looking at me like, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm paying for my drink. He's like, it's free. I'm like, free alcohol? And I'm like, yo, and then so like that was just like
free
a crazy
twisted tea?
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I would love some free, you know what I'm saying? But it was just, that was the turning point, I think, for me to like really get me going, and just that push that I needed to see, like I want to feel this again. Like I feel like this just didn't happen for no reason, right? And then now I became a feature creator with VidCon, like, you know, I'm here, and it's just
awesome.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Jenna Marbles, I love Jenna.
And I didn't even have 1,000 subscribers at that point. Next question from 11s. Did you ever have a moment in your life when it happened, you didn't feel that much, and now looking back, you want to really, okay, wait, we gotta.
Oh, I got it. I understood.
Okay, the gist of the question is like, would you ever want to relive a moment in your life where in that time period you weren't able to appreciate it, but now you can?
I kind of want to relive, like, there was an NBA All-Star weekend, and I was working with this brand, and I got into the players, like, gifting lounge. And I wasn't supposed to be there, but I said I was a player. So then I said I was a player. I went to every little station and got every single gift. And like I got the coolest watch, and like that. I just think like I was so nervous, so I didn't talk to anybody. Like I didn't talk to any of the players or whatever. And if I could go back, I would just have the more courage and like social skills to like communicate. Yeah.
That is nerve-wracking though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
You just walk up and you're like, yeah, I'm part of the team.
Yeah, and this
That's
was
crazy.
before like I was doing like YouTube, like super crazy, working with the NBA and stuff like that.
That
So
would have
it
been
was
a good
just, like,
video.
Yeah. Oh, man, if
That
I was
would've
able
been
to like, or have the balls to vlog, like it was.
My answer is kind of depressing, I feel like, or it's like, as you get older, one of the depressing realities that you face is that your parents get older too. And so in that regard, I think I would like to relive like a family holiday, especially with my mom, like back when I was like younger, and like, but then like, you know, when you're a kid, you don't really think about any of that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, so something like that, like reliving just like past memories with like the family that I love, you know.
I think I'd want to relive like the beginning of when I met my boyfriend, because it was just so much serotonin, like just everywhere, just it was like very like I was just adrenaline, lost serotonin, saw a lot of dopamine, like I was just like pure bliss. Every like move they make is just so new, and like, you know, like
You feel giddy.
Yeah.
Like a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
so yeah, that'd be it.
That's cute.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Okay. Last question. This is from the Creative Quid. That's with a Q. Creative. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen at a TwitchCon event or a convention? like another convention.
So it was like one of the TwitchCons in San Diego, and I saw some lady, she propped herself against the wall with her pants down, and she just pissed straight on the sidewalk. And I was just like,
Okay.
Wait, so
What?
her friend was trying to like cover it up with a jacket, but like not doing a great job because like I think she didn't want to be close to the piss as it was hitting the ground. So she was like holding a jacket up, trying to like hide it, but like also not be too close to like the splash zone, you know?
The splash
So
zone.
like, yeah, I was just like, good for you guys, good for you. And it wasn't even that late. It was like 11:30. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, on that note, it kind of just sparked a memory. I went to PAX East. Yeah. PAX East, we went, there was like this, I mean, it wasn't at the convention, but it was that weekend or whatever. There was a house party, and I just remember, like, I didn't know where Zach was. It was like me, Zach, you know, it doesn't matter who, but basically, I didn't know where Zach was, and it was starting to worry me. So I look around throughout this entire house, like, and just, I'm like scared, like, bro, where is Zach? I start grabbing all my friends and stuff. And we're like, I asked the house owner, like, are there any like rooms? Like, cause I feel like I've gone in every room that we're supposed to go in. Can we like start checking? It's like, there is a downstairs, like, it's like a basement. I'm like, oh, there's a basement? So then we go to the basement, and it's just like the funniest way, like, he was just done, like in this random basement in a corner, just like, yeah, he was out of it. And it was just the funniest thing because everybody was just so worried. We went on a search for him, and then just to find, and like, I have this in a vlog too. Like, I don't know if it's still up, but like, it was just like, it's hilarious because of like how much of a search we did and just the way we like found him sleeping in just a random like house party basement. It was hilarious, bro.
It's like, how did you end up there?
Yeah, it's like, what? How did you find this place? Why are you like?
Why are you here?
There was just a bunch of like moving boxes. He's in the middle of like, so he like put a shell around him of boxes, so it's almost like he didn't want to be found, but we found it. And I was just like,
Oh my God. It's on a
so-
little scavenger hunt for your friend.
yeah, that was fun. I think on that note, we're gonna wrap things up. That was the last question. Thank you guys for submitting your questions. Please continue to send us more questions, and we will answer it on the next We Three Thieves. We're out. Peace.